see the artist. I'm so excited. This dog or animal or I'm hoping a bird artist because I want him to do Butch and Nellie, my two parakeets. I cannot wait to ask him to do it. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember his name. It should come to me. All right, I think we're ready. All right, here we go.
Hi.
Oh wow! What oh my God!
What are you doing here?
I have a request, and it's you, the animal painter.
Yeah, right.
The animal painter. Yes,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about my birds, Butch and Nellie, parakeets. Do you paint birds?
Sure.
Oh well,
sure.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Birds.
See right there.
Love. Let me tell you something. This means a lot to me. Scissortail flycatcher. It's a native thing.
Mm-hmm.
When we have relatives that cross over, they come back as birds or animals or whatever.
Wow.
My dad's dad, Winston, is the scissortail flycatcher. And every time I say it, and he's been around for a long time. And just recently, these birds, these scissortails are flying around. And that tells me he's around me. They're watching over, they're loving it. This is gorge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I love, 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 love.
So many. Here's an example of the dogs that I paint. That's actually my dog. That's.
Are you serious?
That's Prudence.
Oh my gosh, my parents had. I love the name. I love the name. I love the name. My gosh, my parents had a dog just like that, and they called it Chappie.
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 What a great name.
I know, isn't it great? Isn't it great? How cute. The paintings are gorgeous. The
Thank you.
colors are just popping out.
Thank you. I work on several at a time. These are all different.
Right.
This is a commission of somebody's house. I painted this last week live out of the Botanical Garden, which is beautiful.
Look at this stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and then I went on a trip this summer to the Grand Teton, so that's the Grand Teton.
My fave. My favorite country.
Sketch,
Yes.
sketching in, yeah. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous up there.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
These are commissions, these big cityscapes are commissioned, or not commissions, excuse me.
Right.
I have an upcoming show, I have a couple, and so these are going to be in some shows.
Well, we must let people know about your show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
yeah.
gosh.
Definitely.
So this is Tulsa, correct?
Yeah.
Because I recognize some buildings.
I love painting downtown Tulsa. I think it's a lot of fun.
This is divine.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. Lolook at that.
He's looking for
He's vintage.
He's looking for the other person, yeah. The other person with the other umbrella.
Now, did I not? Because I was reading some things about you. You put umbrellas
and
in
almost everything.
all your paintings.
Unless it's a paid commission.
Unless it's a paid commission.
It's a paid commission.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you're just creating...
If I'm just
you'll
painting,
Oh
I
my
don't know,
gosh.
almost everything.
Now, can you tell me about why an umbrella?
It's kind of my symbol. It's my, I don't know, mandala or something, but to me it's a visual prayer, either for that person or protection. I went to India a couple times. And
Did you get to meet?
Well, I was just blown away.
Sages?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was there and there were some Hindu priests performing a ceremony on the Ganges River, and they all had these huge umbrellas above them that they use as a symbol. And I was blown away because I've been doing umbrellas for years, and I was like,
whoa.
So
now
other
it
people
just
consider
kind of
it.
came together.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild how the universe is so parallel and how it leads you to an area where you feel like you've already been?
Yes.
And a symbol that just confirms
Right. It's like
what
kismet.
we're already believing. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
believe in all that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then these are my daily
Okay.
sketches that I've been doing every day, and I auction them off on my Facebook page.
I saw. That is so freaking cool.
Yeah, so this is the one I painted this morning.
Oh, you did this morning?
Yeah, this morning. It took about 20
grief.
minutes.
Look at you.
Well,
How long have you been painting?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah, so a lot of people are like...
And you can just pop out.
Yeah, I can just give birth like that.
You can just give birth to a painting just like...
Yeah.
I'm blown away. I'm
Thank
blown
you.
away. And you see the symbol that is... There's the umbrella.
There's one in each one of these.
Wow.
Yeah, there's so
now,
many.
I have to admit, I love the cow.
Thank
There's
you.
just something about the cow with a floral headdress.
Yeah.
You couldn't get any more gay show than that, right?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That is so freaking cool.
This cow, when I was in India, I couldn't believe how the cows are the holy animal. They're everywhere. They stop traffic.
But animals just run? They run wild around India. I mean,
They do.
They don't bother them.
No. They're everybody's, and so anybody can milk them, and so they give food to people.
Universal
Exactly.
health.
So this was a cow that was just walking on the street somewhere, and I took a picture of her, and then I sketched her out. So that one sold yesterday in an auction.
Are you? Oh my god!
I know, it was amazing.
Isn't that great?
And I've mailed some of these daily sketches to Alaska, to Los Angeles, to Santa Fe.
So where is the longest person? Where does this person live in the world that is connected to your website on Facebook?
I have people in Europe and Alaska. Yeah, I mean, I have paintings in 9 countries.
Seriously. Whoa.
Yeah.
Boom. That is so freaking cool. Like I said, when I walked in, I looked up there and I thought, I recognize that lady.
This is a friend of mine. This is Kate, and we travel together often, and she's just a really cool woman. And
she's beautiful.
She's amazing.
She's beautiful.
She's amazing.
And her face, you can just tell. You really captured who she really is.
I try my best. I try. And it's funny because I put symbols in there of the owl, the Sacred Heart.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah, over here in the owl. Oh,
yeah, and then there's a number 3 because she has 2 twin brothers. And then then she has a dog named Sam, so I think over here in the corner it says something like I love Sam or something.
Oh my gosh! Now has she seen?
Yeah,
okay,
I showed her. I showed her.
So she was like, oh my god!
Yeah, she was totally thrilled.
Now, who is this nice, handsome man here?
This
with the blue eyes.
This is a portrait of my boyfriend. This is John.
How neat!
And so this summer when I was doing a residency in Budapest. And I missed him, and I was there for a month, and so I painted a portrait of him while I was gone.
Bless his heart.
So now I need to finish it.
He has a lot of love. You need to finish
I started it, but it needs
What
to be
did he
finished.
say? What did he say when he
was
saw
blown away.
Was he really?
Yeah, I don't think many people get portraits of oil paintings of them.
Right.
So it was kind of funny. He thought, oh, you're over there, and you're having a great time in the super vacation. And I'm like, I'm working every day.
I'm working.
So when he saw this, he goes, oh, you were working. And I said, see,
I was working.
That's
Gosh. Right. I love that.
Let's have a seat.
I'd love it. I love meeting him. I got to meet him before. And then you showing up was so cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
And then when this one kept going, now act like you don't know him. I never meet a stranger.
Right.
Never, ever.
Well, that's the way to be.
It's cool.
It's
cool. I want to ask you some things.
Sure.
Are we doing it now? Oh. What inspires you? What is it that just lights your fire?
I think as an artist, we are always chasing inspiration. Always. And so I plow through any book I can find, biographies of artists. To me, it's fascinating that in this day and age, I can Google the life of an artist and read about their whole trials and tribulations and successes, and then where they left off. And then through education, if we wanted to, we could pick up where they left off and keep going on that path. Also, I love teaching. I love to teach. And so I teach classes here in my studio, but also when I ran the Tulsa Girls Art School, the 10 years I had with those kids, it was amazing.
Isn't it amazing to be around that energy?
Yes.
That's what I adore. And I don't understand people when they say, oh, I don't like kids. I can't be around kids. Their energy is so refreshing.
They're so honest.
And they're so freaking, oh my gosh. Because I get to do a lot of trainings in school, and I just adore them. Adore them. And it's so funny how you can pick out a kid that was you when you were in school. Because Literally, believe it or not, I was the shy kid. I was the kid that got picked on. I was the kid that was made fun of because I was so special. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you have any experiences like that?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of a loner for a while.
There you go.
Kind of
There you go.
geek and stuff. But I did, I think, finally get into drama. I found the drama. And I
love
the drama.
love the drama because you get to express yourself.
You can do anything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You could be anything.
Exactly.
And it was kind of an escape from that cruel world in school because school was hard. That's why I didn't like it, was because when you get picked on and bullied all the time, you don't want to go.
No, you don't want to. You don't want to succeed.
No, you don't.
Right.
No, you don't. And it hinders. It hinders. And that was many moons ago.
Sure.
It's getting better.
Yeah, no, it is. I think
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And what I love is, as a teacher still, whenever I meet people, I try to imagine what they were like when they were kids.
Oh my God.
And I think it
Do
helps
you
me.
love? Do you love? I do the same freaking thing. When I meet an adult, I visualize them as a child.
Right.
And how they would have acted.
Right.
And what would have gone on with them.
Well, and I think a lot of adults get so lost, too.
Yes.
That they don't hear any praise or anything. Like, the minute you turn 18, forget it.
And you don't get hugged.
No.
You know, that was the thing that really bothered me growing up, you know, because my family would hug. They were huggers.
Yeah.
And my dad was a hugger. You know, men need to be hugged.
Oh, yeah.
But then all of a sudden it stopped.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was confusing.
Right.
You know, and you didn't want to go up and say, Dad, why did you stop hugging me?
Right.
But you wanted to.
Right.
And it's like, wow. And then you start, what did I do wrong? You know, kids start thinking that.
Sure.
What did I say? What did I do? Did you have anything like that as far as, were they huggers in your family?
No, we were not huggers.
Okay. I'm so glad you are now.
Yeah.
But now you have to ask permission half the time.
Well,
it's like
sometimes.
And I used to jump on it.
Yeah, I'm always like,
oh my gosh, I know. But nowadays, because it's so politically, you know, you got to be careful, and it's so sad.
It is. It is. But I think it's getting better. I think that.
I know, and it is.
It is getting better. I think so. I think that, especially when I lived overseas during my college years, it's amazing. In Europe, a straight man will wear, a construction worker will wear like solid hot pink and go out with his wife and not think about it. And I'm talking shoes, pants, socks, sweater tied around his shoulders.
Divine color.
And they don't have this whole macho thing that we have here in the States that we think the men need to define themselves by.
It's off balance.
It is.
It's
so
off balance. And that's something that myself as a two-spirited person, you have to balance. You have to not stay way over here. You got to come in. You got to get to know that other side of you. Everybody has a male and female.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of these macho men that I grew up with are stuck the macho side.
Yeah.
I gotta be tough. I gotta be the head of
Never
the
cry.
house. Never cry.
Never cry.
I cry at a drop. 16 candles. I mean, come on. Make a wish. I already did. You know, it was like, I loved him. He was hot. But anyway, we cry. We have to. It's healing. It's
releasing emotions. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I cried a lot when I was in therapy. Totally. Had to release everything that I kept shoving down because I was male.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what men are supposed to do, is shove it down and not talk about it. Things are changing, though, and I think so. It's going to take women making some rules and doing some leadership to get these men to soften up.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
They have to.
That's what we need. We have to do that. We have to. Because it's just not enjoyable.
No.
You know, it's kind of frightening.
Well, and
it's like it reminds me of the kids in school.
Yeah.
You know, that were bullies, and I'm sure their dads were the same way.
Well, I think there's a lot of redefinition going around.
Yes, there is. Yes. Oh, we could talk for hours on that one, but we won't. But, you know, I'm just, I love your passion. Your passion is contagious.
Thank you.
When you sat down next to me when we were at the play, I felt that. I felt that energy. I felt that passion. And I said, this is a cool person. I want to get to know this person. This is very, very cool person. And it exudes, and you know that light that's in you.
Thank you.
And Was
right
it
back
always,
at you.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate it because but we've had to work on that.
Oh, sure,
I mean,
sure.
You know, it just doesn't pop. I mean, when I was little, it did.
Right.
But then when you go through,
you lose it, and then you got to go refine it.
You second guess it.
Yeah, sure.
You know, and then you know the bullying and all of that starts happening, and then you know try to be something else.
Right.
We constantly try to be, when we were that age, somebody that they wanted us to be.
Sure. Sure, we try to act a role.
And it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think now that I am a visual artist and I'm just being an artist.
Right.
It's amazing.
Isn't that nice that that's who you are? That's your career.
Real, and it's so cool. Well, I chose this career a long time ago, but then I kind of had to stop and you know, I had to go get a day job and all that stuff.
Well,
so, you know, I mean...
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
My friend, Lisa, she, you know, she was the one that gave me permission to be an artist. I had to ask her when I was 25. And I said, wow, you're the garden diva. You're amazing. You're a metal artist. And, you know, how do you get to do this? And I got to be a teacher. I mean, I want to do this. And she said, well, be an artist, but don't quit your day job. And I was like, yeah, right. And so now fast forward 20 years and here I am.
Sure.
And it was funny. I was driving home the other day and I thought, Matt, how cool that you are living this life.
You're so fortunate.
Yeah, exactly. And that I can sell paintings and people want a piece of my creativity. And I'm so grateful. I think gratitude is huge.
Oh.
Huge.
Big time.
Right.
Big time. And being humble.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. No, it's like...
And that... Oh, okay, buddy.
You're like year 5.
You were reading my head.
Yeah, like, so year 3 or year 5, when I first started painting, you know, Plus people wrote about me, and the magazine wrote about me.
That's where I've seen you. That's why
the world and stuff. Yeah, and it was really funny though. But I kind of got full of myself for about a year, and I was just like, do you know who I am? Yeah, and it's amazing how quickly life will humble you back down.
But the thing is, why do you think that happens?
I think that my theory on it is I think when we listen to the ego is that tiny voice in our head that says, "What about me?" And it's the little baby head inside your head.
Oh, sure it is.
Yeah, and so I try to never listen to that voice because it usually gets me in trouble. But it was funny. Like yesterday, I was delivering a painting, and this woman, she got one of my daily sketches, and you know, she was paying me. We met outside of Starbucks.
Oh, neat.
And it was so funny because she goes, "Well, one day when you get famous, I want you to pay me paint my dogs," or something like that. And I just looked at her and I was like, "I hope I get there. I hope I get there."
You will.
I hope so.
You know you will. Yeah. You know you will.
I thought that was really sweet.
And that's something that I love that you mentioned, the ego, because that was something that I had to get in balance. And again, it's all about imbalance. We need a little bit up to keep us going and to keep us fired up.
But when you start
when you think that you're beyond any type of humbleness, then that's when your ego's a little bit out of deal.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, when I'm driving on the highway and I see people broken down on the side of the highway, I always like say a little prayer for them.
Yes, I do.
Maybe I don't have time to stop,
I do.
But I always, because I've been there.
I know.
Yeah, and I've seen other people go, "Oh, those people," you know, and I'm like,
they're in my way,
you
know.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm the same way.
You have to.
And do you think it comes with age?
I think so, probably.
I know it did with me.
Yeah, I was pretty dumb when I was younger.
Well, you know, I think it's not so much dumb. I just think that we are a little bit overwhelmed by the earth, and overwhelmed by the world, and overwhelmed by so many people that it's just a little intimidating. And when you're a shy, sensitive soul that you are, and I was the same way. It's a little harsh sometimes. Yeah. And it hurts sometimes. Yeah. But that little voice, wherever mama or my grandparents or wherever, they're always saying, it's okay. Do you know who Louise Hay is? I adore her. That was one of my first books that I read when I was in therapy and things. You know, how you can heal your life and positive affirmation. And I believe 100%, because I remember when I was in therapy, and my counselor says, listen to the words that come out of your mouth. Because a lot of times it will create your reality.
Oh yeah, no, they have a lot of power.
And then I started listening, because a lot of times we don't listen, we don't feel.
No.
You know, Norris and I were talking about feeling, really truly feeling.
Oh yeah.
And when you're hurting, you don't want to feel.
Yeah, or you can turn it to gossiping about other people.
Oh, turning it around and start talking about somebody else to take the focus off of you and your problems.
Yes.
But I started listening to myself, and it was kind of sad. You know, that little inner voice, you really aren't good enough. You really messed up.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
You're really bad. Nobody's going to like that. Nobody's going to like you. And then if you continue to listen to that voice, it'll start being reality to you. And I think it'll play out. So I turn it around, and I learned this one from my little counselor. She goes, just say cancel, cancel. I don't believe that.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Isn't
that cool? So if people see me talking to myself, it's okay. You know, I'm going down the road, because it takes me about 20-25 minutes to get to Sepulveda where I work. And I'm either praying or talking or singing or saying an affirmation just to keep life good.
Yeah.
Just to keep focused on something.
So
do you have like tools that you use?
Well, it's funny because in the art,
there's
two sides of our brain. And the right side of our brain is the creative side and the one that loves to paint. So when you're in your right brain and you're doing a painting or a piece of artwork and you lose 2 hours of time, that shows that you're in your right brain. So your left brain is the critical brain. The left brain is the one that does mathematics, and it's like left foot, right foot when you're walking, or whatever. But the left brain is the one that says, who do you think you are?
Oh,
when you're painting a painting. Like, do you think you're Picasso?
No.
This is crap. You know, and so usually as artists, we try to, there's tricks that we do to turn that critical brain off.
Yes.
Yeah, and so listening to music is a big one.
Okay, and that's what you,
It keeps it busy identifying words and notes, and then your right brain's like, cool, I can come out and play. Because your right brain's over like dreaming and it's subconscious and all that. Right. And so that's something we strive for.
Male, female.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's so funny
all
about
the duality.
Exactly. And then you got to get that in balance. I do the same thing. I listen to music all day long. Music just helps me think.
It's so healing.
It's so healing.
It is.
And I've really gotten into the old 30s, 40s, 50s, the old band sound.
Comfort music. It reminds me of my grandparents.
I want to dance because I remember, you know, music in my family was really, I mean, I had singers in my family.
Wow.
They loved music. Out in the barn, we found my granddad's old record player.
Oh, how cool.
With all the old 40. Yes. And, you know, we got it to work, and those songs. It was divine.
Yeah,
it's divine. But I remember my granddad playing them. And I just remembered how happy it made me feel.
And think about, like, back in the 40s and 30s, all that stuff here in Tulsa, there were so many dance halls. And nobody sat at home watching television.
No.
They would go out every night of the week and go to Kane's Ballroom and go dance to Texas Will and Little Playboys. And, I mean, all those things. And I think there was one where Ziegler's used to be. And it's still up there. It's funny. If you go into Ziegler's, you can ask the owners to go upstairs. There's an old ballroom where they store their frame stuff. And on the walls, just like coffee, 5 cents. Men wait on this side, women wait on this side. It was the Carpenters Union Ballroom. And it had like it has the bandstand still there.
Whoa.
Oh, you should.
I want it to come back. I think clubs, have kind of outdone themselves. You know, clubs were hot when the disco era.
Right.
That's when clubs were hot. And then it just started filtering out.
Right.
I really want us to bring back those clubs where you dress up.
Yeah, like dinner theater. Dinner, and dancing.
And listen to music all night. It's just, I want that to happen. I really do. Well, I think it's going to.
I think there you go.
We might have to start a club.
There we go.
I love doing that.
Well, you would have to be the headliner.
Well, are you serious? Oh my God.
I could do your sets for you.
Yay! Oh, you could do that. I would love that. And then eventually, and I adore this. I love Turner Classic Movies.
Oh, so do I.
It's my favorite station. When I was getting Cox Cable, I said Turner Classic.
Well, you can get the app on your phone. It's called Filmstruck. and it's I think $6 a month.
You have to.
I do it.
You have to show me that.
Yeah, it's amazing because I love the old black and white movies. They're perfect, and they're the best scripts ever.
I adore that, and I love the way they dressed up and the gowns and the furs and the sparkle. And I mean, it's just so freaking cool.
Well, and now people wear their pajamas to Walmart.
Oh, it's just, you know, I remember. I cannot look at those pictures that they put on Facebook. This is what's going on at Walmart. I just can't.
I know.
Because I'm the type of person, I would laugh. Of course, we all do.
Right.
But then I would go into that nurturing, bless their heart. What's happening? Do we need to get them help?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can, you know, that case manager part of me starts setting in, and I just want to help these people and tell them, don't go out of your home looking like that. Please don't.
Your mother. Your poor mother.
It's breaking my heart. My grandmother was very dramatic like that. Oh, she was so adamant about speaking properly and setting up and doing all of this. And she would go in if something was bothering her. She'd go, "You're killing me. You're killing me." And it's like, oh my God. Cut to. I mean, drama.
Yeah.
The drama
back
there. Don't you love it?
I love it. Well, it's funny. I lived in New York for a little bit, and somebody was like sitting there, and they were like, that's what they said. They would just look at these. They'd be like, your mother, your poor mother.
Your poor mother's dying.
I know.
And she saw this. You know?
I know. But I always think of that when I see like a little bit
Do you like New York? Do you like Manhattan?
I do. It's a tough life.
It's a
really tough life. I could never do it.
Can you remember the first time from Oklahoma you went into New York City?
Oh, yeah. Blown away.
My mouth, my people, because I work for a hair care company, they kept going, "John, close your mouth. Close your mouth. It's okay." Because I was like, oh my God. Too much. It's too much.
Yeah. And I remember like taking the subway when I lived there, and like people would just be gray in color.
I know.
And I just felt so bad for them. And I'm like, oh, well, you guys, and it's a hard life. Like I thought
it is a hard life.
The first time I visited and the second time, I was there for several weeks, and I thought, you know, I'm going to go out to clubs, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. I was going to Walgreens buying Epsom salt to soak the blisters on my feet in my little bathtub every night.
Bless your heart.
I was exhausted.
Yeah, you walk everywhere. You walk everywhere.
We walk nowhere.
Nowhere.
We're like, it's a block?
It's a
block. Let's get the car.
Oh, no. Woodland Hills Mall? No way.
No way. Exactly.
Because when we live over here, you don't go that way.
Right, exactly.
So, you know, it's just amazing. But that city, it was exciting. The food, the waiters, the service was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Totally.
Very good. So you've traveled a lot, huh?
I have. And I love
it. Okay, tell me where your favorite place is that you felt so connected.
Oh, Spain.
Spain?
I lived in Spain in college.
Wow.
I don't know. It was like the first time I was walking around in this city called Malaga. And it's on the Mediterranean side of down below Gibraltar. It's about 2 hours up the coast. From where I lived, I could see the coast of Morocco lit up at night across the sea, the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
But I would walk around, and it was like I'd been there. And I just, and I love the people. I love everything about them. This whole Spanish life. Like anytime you're having a hard time, they're like, Splendalee, you should just go lay down and take a nap. That's our answer to everything.
I adore. Are you kidding? Siesta?
Yeah.
I love them.
Oh yeah, me too. And so, but I love that. Like you'd be having a really hard day, or something would happen, and people would just go, everything resets.
Doors, there is this. You do not see them even as you are passing through. Whoa! That is heavy. That's very, very heavy.
I love a good quote.
I do too. Who's your favorite person that does the best quotes?
I don't know. I think I really like one that's always been my mantra, mandala, whatever. Desiderata.
Oh, yes. Oh, very, very good.
It's the best advice on the planet.
Excellent stuff. Maya Angelou. She is the queen of quotes, and the one that I use on a lot of my emails is this is my favorite one. People will forget what you have said. Even people will forget what you've done, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
That's true.
Isn't it fab?
So true.
Oh my gosh.
When
I read that, I thought that is so freaking true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I love to do that. I love to do that. It's just, now that was too close. Anyway, he was up my nose. He was up my nose. So, I need to trim.
Let me show you what I do, Splendalee.
Oh, I would
let's
love.
sit down and do a little sketch.
Let's do a little sketch because you know it's been years since I've been. I took art. You know, because they thought, oh, you're so creative. You need to get into art. I mean, I was okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like what I tell people, because it's funny when I tell people I'm an art teacher. They're like, I can't even draw a straight line. And it is amazing how many thousands of people. I'd be a rich person if everybody gave me $1 when they said that.
Exactly.
But it takes practice. It's just like the first time you got on a bicycle, you just didn't take off.
I bit the dirt.
Yeah. And you're going to do it a lot.
And you're going to bite the dirt.
Same thing with painting. So,
oh my gosh, I love it.
We're going to start out with just some black gesso.
Oh, I like. So you don't sketch first. You just dive in there and paint.
Just pretty much. That's what I do.
Cool.
That's what I do.
Oh my. Okay.
Sometimes I'll tint the canvas first and make it that gold color, like my daily sketches are.
Oh, I like.
Yeah, and then you're just using water. So. Let's say.
So it's water based.
It's water based. This is water based. Well,
okay.
I do paint in oils.
You paint in oil.
I always start it with this. I started this
dream.
Is it doing oil painting?
No, my dream. Turner Classics.
Oh yeah.
You see these big, beautiful mansions, and the lady of the mansion has her portrait painted above the fireplace.
You want a portrait?
Oh, I would live for.
Well, let's do it.
We'll do it. I do it. Yeah, okay.
Seriously.
And you could do it.
Oh yeah.
You could.
Paint you in.
In the best gown and hair and the madam of the house.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh, I would.
But it would be fun to paint you in curlers and a house dress too. I mean.
At Walmart with my crack showing.
Sure. It'd be great alive. Well, you can have that for the bedroom. For the bedroom.
Oh, in the bathroom.
In the
I have a lot of pictures in my bathroom, so it's kind of cool. All right.
So let's just do something real basic. This is what I like to teach my students.
Okay.
It's just
what age groups? What all age groups? Now you said you taught at the girls' school.
I started the Tulsa Girls Art School 10 years ago.
Wow. And you started it.
And then before that, I taught for Tulsa Public Schools.
And
I taught art and Spanish. So there's a school called Zero International School, and I started the art program there. But I only spoke in Spanish all day long when I did it.
So you're majorly fluent.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I can.
Muy bueno. I took 1 year, second year, and I just didn't have anybody to practice with.
No, that's
when
a
you're
big
in
problem
Seminole, Oklahoma.
Amen.
Now, if I was out in the Panhandle, it would have been fabulous.
Exactly.
The migrating workers would have really helped me. But my little neighborhood it's the fastest growing population of Hispanic people, and I adore, and I talk to them, and one of the little ladies said she was going to help me with my Spanish, and now I have another wonderful teacher too.
That's awesome.
That would be great. That would be great.
Oh, I can help you with your Spanish too.
Communicate. That's all I want to do is communicate.
I
don't care about the verbs or anything like that.
Well, you got to care about the verbs if you want to properly communicate.
I know, but the thing is, let's do it one at a time.
Right.
Then my grandmother would pop in and say, proper Spanish.
Right, exactly.
The Queen Spanish.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm loving.
So all I'm doing is we start with a line. A line is just a dot that travels through space.
Sure.
And now we're adding shadowing. So shadowing, just like putting on your makeup and everything.
Oh, you have to shadow and contour. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everything has a shadow. Everything has a value.
Yes.
How light and dark something is. Yeah. And so when I would teach this, again, it doesn't have to be a ton of time. It doesn't have to be anything and then, if that has a shadow right there, make it look deep, we got to put a shadow down here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So it's
like the light is just directed
like the
right
sun
above
could be
it.
right up there.
Absolutely.
And what I love about paintings especially is that it's like you're creating a whole different universe, and you can put anything you want to in there.
Absolutely, and you can create your own universe with painting.
There's no rules. You can do anything you want, and I could draw, three-headed Pegasus flying through there, getting married to a brown cow.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
You could do anything.
Exactly.
So tell me what you were doing in India.
Well, a friend of mine is a TU professor, and he is originally from India.
Right.
But he's an American citizen. And so he was going to a conference, and it was February, and he said, Matt, you should go buy a plane ticket and come with me in March, because I'm going for spring break. And this was in, I think, 2015.
Sure.
And I said, yeah, right. You know,
Right,
that's my thing. And he goes, Matt, you say that this is on your bucket list, so are you going to do something about it? Because you have 3 days to go get a plane ticket if you're going to come with me.
Whoa.
And so I was like, crap. So I went and I sold a painting and got a plane ticket. And so I said, I'm going.
Marvelous.
It was amazing.
Whoa.
And then the first trip, I went 3 times in 2 years.
In 2 years?
In 2 years, I went 3 times. Because the first trip, I met some amazing people that was just by serendipity and synchronicity, something I always love.
Sure.
And these people invited me back to come teach at their public school that they started for 4,000 children.
Oh my God.
4,000 children. And so I taught art classes to 1,000 at a time. And it was amazing. It was a really cool experience. Well, then from
With an interpreter and everything, or did they know
No,
me?
they speak English.
They really?
It's a really tough English to understand for us.
Well,
but
sure,
they
sure,
speak
but
English.
isn't that amazing?
They were so excited to meet Americans. I mean,
Really?
well, and then on that trip, I got to meet. There was this amazing clothing store over there, and
I love
they grow all organic cotton. They saved a village of 65,000 people from like losing their livelihood because they printed with those wooden blocks on fabric to do fabric printing. And then this company takes the fabric that they make and indigo dyes that they do, and then makes clothing and bedding out of it. Wow. And it's all organic. And so this company, I was on a plane on the second trip, and I met the woman who owns it. She sat next to me, and I was in kind of a bad mood. And plus, I was in the middle seat.
Yeah.
I was in the middle seat on a foreign plane.
Do not like.
And it was really hot. And so then here gets this woman, and she sits next to me, and I'm like, you know. But you know what? I chose to be friendly. And so I made a point that our pants were almost the exact same color. And I said, oh, look, our pants match. So we start talking. This woman owns that company, which would be like the equivalent of Anthropologies here or something. And I said, when she told me that, I was like, you're amazing. And she goes, so it was a British woman.
Sure.
She married into the Indian family that runs this company. So she goes, you have to come back and come visit us.
Oh
come stay at our farm.
Oh my.
Where we make the clothing and we hand block print it and everything. So I went back. It was the most exquisite thing. I mean, it was mind blowing just to learn about how these people live and stuff. So
I love to hear how you trust the universe.
Oh, all the time.
To lead you to places you need to be.
All the time. And
that's something that we all have to do.
Oh, yeah. And to me, like, I think I get more nervous here in America with the violence than any other country on the planet.
Sure.
I mean, it's,
it's
funny.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because I went over to overseas. I went over to Amman, Jordan.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
Oh, I fell in love. But the propaganda that we hear all the time is so untrue about the Middle East.
I know.
And all those people coming to me going, please tell America we're not mean.
Right. Well, Jordan's a wonderful country.
Oh,
and their queen is amazing. She's so beautiful.
I was blown away because they had the picture of the king and queens, and they had all the diplomats and everything, and they were kissing the picture and leaving flowers, and they love their leadership.
Oh, yeah.
They love their leadership.
Yeah.
And the caring of these people were beyond anything I had ever seen, or I remembered how Oklahoma used to be growing up. You know, if somebody said, I don't know where I need to go, could you help me? They would take you there.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they did in Amman, Jordan. It was amazing. I would love to go back.
Oh, yeah, travel. Teaches so much.
You know, I did get to. When I worked in the hair industry, I got to travel a lot. I mean, I was gone quite a bit. So now that I'm on home, I like being home.
Yeah.
And it's great. But eventually, you know, it's going to lead me out again. I know it is. My life, the universe, karma is going to take me
It has to.
where I need to be.
Exactly.
And if I need to reach out in another country, I will reach out in another country.
Oh, yeah.
It's
totally.
it's just my journey.
Oh, yeah.
And your journey.
It is.
Oh,
Everything
I
is a
love
journey.
stars.
Oh, so do I.
I love stars.
So do I always make my students practice drawing a star.
Oh.
So they do it like the crisscross one with the lines, and then I make
Now
them
see,
outline
that's
it.
how I do.
Then I make them outline it, and if you outline it 50 times, you can draw it like that. You just got to teach your brain how to
You
do
got to
it.
teach your brain how to do it.
Exactly.
It's like I'm trying to teach my left hand to do what my right hand does.
Like your eyeliner and stuff?
Oh, absolutely. You should have seen the first time. But you need that balance because my poor right arm, because I'm right-handed, is constantly doing the work.
Right.
So I'm teaching the left to
That's
do it.
so
and,
smart.
And you need to do that. You really do.
I've done some paintings with my left hand.
I bet they're wonderful.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I want you to do a star with your left hand.
Okay, let me try that.
Okay.
All right, let me finish this one.
I know you can. I know you can.
Wow.
This is going to be good.
I don't know. This hand is usually just for like
okay.
holding things.
It's okay.
All right, let's
it's
try
okay.
this. See, I've already got paint on me.
I know, that's okay.
Hold it. All right.
You're doing it.
I have to
Isn't
do it with
that
my
amazing?
arm. You know what? It used to enthrall me when I was.
That is gorgeous. I mean, that is so cool.
Thank you. It's funny.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to love to watch my mom put on her makeup.
Oh yeah.
And she would do these perfect eyes. Like she would draw that eyeliner on, and it would just be like, and she could do it no problem. And the eyebrow, it was amazing.
Did she switch hands?
I'm trying to remember if she did.
Right.
All I remember is that she would always do it in the living room because of the light.
Because of the lighting.
She would sit at
Lighting
the
is
coffee
essential.
table.
Lighting is essential.
She would sit at the coffee table, and the Big Valley would be on.
Oh! Love the Big Valley.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that music and everything. Oh my gosh. My mother loved Dallas. You remember the Dallas?
Oh, yeah,
and then
sure.
I loved, well, there was Falcon Crest, and then there was Dynasty.
Oh, yeah, Dynasty.
We had Dynasty parties.
Oh, I bet.
We had Dynasty parties, yeah. You had to dress up as your favorite actor.
Oh,
and I had a friend, this was so funny. He was a big guy. And he went as... the main blonde lady, Linda Carrington. Crystal Carrington.
Right.
Before Herbalife.
Linda
And that's what he would say. Linda Evans, yes, before Herbalife. And
He was on the Big Valley.
yes, love. I got to meet her at a Yanni concert.
Oh, how funny.
In Dallas. We were
Yanni
sitting
concert.
right behind her.
Oh, wow.
And Yanni's mom. And we all just kind of flew down there.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool. But all I could remember is she needed a color touch-up. It was just driving me nuts because I see line of demarcation. It was just crazy.
Here's what I love, though, is that on the Big Valley, they're in the Wild West, right?
Oh, yes.
But yet, she had all that time to put on fake eyelashes and a big fall, and she would be perfect riding the horse everywhere. And I'm like,
not a hair out of place.
Yeah, how do you do that, honey?
Yeah, well,
it was the Wild West.
They would go stop, cut, paint, and then they would put her back on a horse.
Well, I just think it's hilarious, though.
I do too.
Yeah, because one of my kids one of my students there always said, "What do you find fashionable and stuff?" I said, to me, when I was a kid, the fake eyelashes and the heavy makeup and the falls. I mean, to me, those were glamour.
That's glamour.
It was.
To me, that is. Me. I was watching several, because I love to follow fashion, and I have some of my favorite fashion designers, and I was watching some of their shows, 2019, their spring and summer and fall and stuff. And it's like the models aren't wearing any makeup at all. And I thought that's just not glamorous. But then I'd love to go back to the 60s and the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
How they posed and how they did their face.
Oh, yeah.
And how it was that was modeling.
Oh, that was. And especially, the very first, the mannequins.
The mannequin. Oh, seriously.
Yeah, Peggy Moffett. And,
yeah.
They
were great. They were great. Look at you.
I know, right? Just sit
Look
here and
at
just
that.
keep the brush moving.
You just got to keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Isn't that... Oh, look at the star behind.
Yeah, you put them behind and going off. I mean, it makes it more 3D.
Flying off that way.
Stars don't...
We need to do a star burst.
Exactly. And then, of course, let's see if I can do this. There we go.
Okay.
Under pressure right now.
I know, that's okay. I know what what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love the umbrella.
The umbrella, and then usually I kind of add a little bit more on each side.
Whoa.
And I bring it out. And now if it's in color, I always make the inside of it red.
Okay.
And the top of it black.
Okay.
I don't know why, but...
Wow. That is amazing. When you were a child, were you always drawing and coloring, and you always had that artistic kind of talent?
Kinda. I think that I did to a point. My mom used to do murals on people's walls.
Ooh.
And she would always do like Disney characters and stuff, and she did it at the local church. And,
Right.
And I think I remember like she did it in our rooms growing up. So we had
how
like
wonderful.
the Rescuers and the Aristocats, and I mean all these Disney characters all over the
Did
walls.
she ever do anything on the ceiling with like stars and?
No.
Because see, that's something that I would love.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would, you know, and have paint that would light up or sparkle or
there's
something.
dark paint now. I mean, it's easy.
I know.
It's so easy.
I know, and you could just get up there and do it.
I think the stars I picked up because
I love that.
Nefertiti's tomb in Egypt, and it's painted with stars, and somebody did that 4,000 years ago.
Isn't that the coolest?
Nothing's original. Nothing's original.
I have to ask.
Yes.
I am fascinated with the sculpture.
The bust.
Yes.
Yeah, so I've taught, and so I made the bust and then mosaicked it with Italian smalty.
Oh, wow.
And so, let's go take a look.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it.
Yeah, so that is Artemis.
Artemis.
Yeah, the goddess of the moon and hunting. And so, so
So you made the bust first.
I made the bust first. It's made out of terracotta.
Wow.
And then covered that with smalty. And then smalty is the little chunks of glass that the Italians used in their floors and their mosaics. And they still make it today. And it's super stupid expensive. I mean, you got to order it from Italy and stuff like that.
And then it has to be shipped over.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's expensive, but the colors, you just can't beat those cobalts and all that
Look
stuff.
at the cobalt.
Right.
Look at the
gold.
iridescence.
Yes.
The iridescence.
The iridescence
to it.
and stuff.
Whoa.
Well, then I put in like antique Austrian rhinestones that I have from the 30s.
Divine.
I have a box full of these.
And the cabochon.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I learned about cabochons on the shopping channel. You know, they because I love the way they used to say, "Oh, it has cabochons."
Exactly.
You know, and and I learned about cabochons, and you have them on her.
Yeah. And then I did one antler and 24 karat gold leaf. Whoa. And then I also did this turquoise. So yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
It just catches my eye. I mean, it draws you to it.
Thank you.
And she's divine.
Thank you.
She
And
really is.
There's
really
another
is.
bust that I made too.
Ooh.
Yeah, and this one is called Child of the Universe. And actually it just sold. And so it's going home. I know.
Nice. It found a home.
It found a home. And that
So
made
now
me really happy.
The head on top of the head.
Right. So this is the universe.
Okay.
And then this is the child being born out of it. Again.
Oh.
And so it's kind of like...
Wow.
It's kind of like there's a myth that talked about Athena, the goddess of wisdom in
Sure.
Greek mythology. And her dad, Zeus, had a splitting headache, and so the god of fire came and like cracked his head open, and out of it sprung his daughter.
There you
and
go.
so I thought that was really cool. So during this
that
class,
neat?
I took this class, and so I built this head as just a practice, and then I built this one, and then I started sticking all the stars and everything over it.
Wow.
And then put it together, and it made it through the firing, and then I did something called raku on it. Raku. Whoa. Raku is where you hang, or you put this in a big trash can full of burning items, and you take it out of the kiln when it's like 2,000 degrees. It's glowing orange, and you drop it into this trash can full of papers and wood and everything. And so this black is from the smoke. It's a Japanese form.
Wow.
And then it makes all this amazing.
And then it makes all of that dark,
the iridescence.
shadowing.
Yeah.
Isn't that... I didn't know you did sculptures.
Yeah.
Do you like doing it?
I love it.
Oh,
I mean,
bet,
as an
I
art
bet.
teacher, I know.
It's amazing.
I know about. I used to teach 15 different mediums. So
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, I tried in art to do the wheel,
of the pottery wheel.
Oh
That's
my
one
God.
of the hardest ones.
That is the hardest one. And it always turned into an ashtray. And I smoked back then, so
Right.
I made a lot of ashtrays. My mother kept everything we did.
Right.
And I was like, Mother, they're all ashtrays. She goes, because you did it.
That's right.
Because you did it.
That's
but
right.
it was fun. It was
awesome.
fun, you know. I like the coil better. You know, where you do the coil and then you can work. Because a lot of the natives do that. In pottery,
Oh, no,
too.
coil,
It's
building, hand building. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and firing
awesome.
and everything. How amazing.
Well, I'm so
So
glad.
so you always will keep this?
No, it's for sale. Are you kidding?
Oh
No.
my!
Oh yeah.
Oh my!
I'll sell almost anything. Now my favorite
Yes.
pieces are at my house and my
Well,
home
of
and
course,
stuff like that, yeah.
and you're not going to do that,
Right, yeah,
Right,
but
right.
no, I think that anything's for sale. So
Isn't-
especially now that I'm a full-time artist, you know, I got to pay the bills.
You got to pay the bills. Absolutely. You know, we love it, and that's the neatest thing about your career as an artist. You know. It makes it work.
Yeah.
It makes it work. The money comes in when you
Sure.
need it. Absolutely.
Sure, exactly.
Isn't that neat?
Exactly.
Trusting.
Yes.
That's the key. Trusting again.
Yes.
Whoa. Well, I had to talk about this one and I had to talk about that one. That one is just...
Thank you.
Woo,
Well, I had a
that's
mosaic table here this
Yes.
week, but I sold it. So, and that was the table it took me 8 months to do and everything, and it was gorgeous.
Oh,
it was
I
gorgeous.
bet.
Yeah, it was.
I bet.
Yeah.
So now all of your things that are like for sale, is on Facebook or do you have a web page?
A lot of times it's people just coming by. Like the woman who bought this,
Yes.
she was dropping off some security stickers from an alarm company, and she walked in. She goes, "I have to have that."
Whoa.
And so I was like, "Oh, okay." And I wasn't planning on. I mean,
I know.
Like, yeah. So
You weren't even thinking about it.
No. And I was like, "Thank you." You know.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. So you told me there were 4 other artists that have a house here?
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, so there's another painter, there's going to be a printmaker and a glass blower.
Whoa.
No, they won't do glass blowing here, but she's an amazing artist.
I love that. I saw that in Santa Fe.
Yeah.
At Jackalopes. They
It's
were in that
amazing.
little area just making the most beautiful glass.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're lucky to have one here in Tulsa. I mean, we have a nonprofit
Really?
that does glass blowing. You could go take glass blowing lessons
Get
in front of the
going.
3,000 degree kiln
Right.
for $40 an hour here in Tulsa.
Serious?
Yeah,
That's
nonprofit.
great.
They actually work a ton with veterans to help them with their PTSD.
Wow.
Yeah.
All of that does.
Oh,
That
it's
is
amazing. Yeah.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
How neat. Cut.
I would say, was it 1935?
1935.
No way.
Whoa. See, it was just so gorgeous how they had their hands. I mean, they
Oh, yeah.
just made such a
Yes.
difference. You know, look at that. Look at that hat.
Evening clothes.
Look at her.
The Duchess of Windsor. I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, I think the
Oh,
dollars,
wow.
the bathing suits, I think that's amazing.
I think that's gorgeous. With the bandanas on their head and their sunglasses and...
A little umbrella.
Oh, look.
I mean, look how long I've had that mark. It's turned
I
white.
know. Did you paint any of this?
No, I haven't. I
Oh,
mean,
you're going to?
Yeah.
Oh, look at
I
her.
know.
Isn't that great?
I know. I'm bad at dog earring too.
That's okay. Oh, I am too. I am too. Or I'll just grab anything and stick it in a book. Look at...
Look at that, please.
Oh.
I know, it got a
Isn't-
little bit
oh.
wacky with the hat.
I adored.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so Turner classic. I
It
mean,
is.
seriously.
It is.
Wow. Look at her. Oh, she's a goddess.
1940.
Whoa.
Look at that diamond leaf.
Oh
Look at
my
that.
God,
I mean,
no.
seriously. That is drag queen.
That,
Look at that.
that bracelet
It's an
is
apple
like
and
the
lemon.
bomb. I mean, look at it.
Take a picture, and you can easily remake that with plastic fruit and
Oh
rhinestones.
my gosh.
Heck yeah.
How easy would that be?
1940.
Gorgeous. I love that era.
Oh,
I
so
love
do I.
that era. That is so beautiful. I love that era.
I mean,
Oh
the
my
way they're
God,
standing
look
and they
at
jump their hips
that.
out.
And they, you know, that's to me, that's modeling.
That's glamour, yeah.
That's glamour. That's
Right.
modeling. Look at her. That is just so freaking
1936.
cool.
Yeah.
Look at the
masks.
hats. So this goes from
The first issues of Vogue all the way
to the
yeah.
modern time. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so in the very front, it's like the 1800s and all that stuff. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Because it started 1890s.
Oh, look at that. Now that's gorgeous.
Yeah, all the tower models and stuff. But
Oh, Miss Vogue there. Oh,
look at that.
beautiful.
Teeny tiny waist.
Gosh. Oh, I love that.
Cindy Crawford. It's like the 1800s and all that stuff. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Because it started 1890s.
Oh, look at that. Now that's gorgeous.
Yeah, all the tower models and stuff. But
Oh, Miss Vogue there. Oh,
Look at that
beautiful.
Teeny tiny waist.
Gosh. Oh, I love that.
Cindy Crawford.
Of
Richard
course,
Gere.
and Richard Gere.
Of course. Yeah. And those are just power
American
models.
Gigolo.
Yeah.
That was my fave.
Christy Turlington.
Wasn't she
So boring.